हेलो एवरीवन। इस वीडियो में हम लोग बात करेंगे साइकोलॉजी के क्वेश्चन आंसर विच इज रिलेटेड टू एटीट्यूड एंड सोशल कॉग्निशन. Define attitude. Discuss the components of an attitude. Attitudes are state of the mind, set of views or thoughts or ideas regarding some topic which have an evaluative features, positive, negative, or neutral. These people are relatively stable predispositions. Various components of an attitude are as follows. The thought component is referred to as the cognitive aspect of attitude. The emotional component is known as the affective aspect. The tendency to act is called the behavioral cognitive aspect. These three aspects have been referred to as the ABC: affective, behavioral, cognitive. The components of attitude. Attitudes are themselves not a tendency to behave or act in certain ways. They are part of cognition along with an emotional component which cannot be observed from outside. तो अब इसमें क्या देखेंगे हम लोग कि एटीट्यूड क्या होता है. हम लोग नॉर्मल वे में बात करते हैं तो अगर हमें कोई पसंद नहीं आता तो हम बताते हैं कि अरे यार उसमें बहुत एटीट्यूड है, नई बात कर, ऐसे नहीं कर, वैसे नहीं कर, ऐसी चीज़ें हम बोलते हैं. तो इसमें देखिए बताया गया एटीट्यूड क्या है, जो कि क्या कहते हैं, इसमें क्या होते हैं, कॉग्निटिव है, अफेक्टिव है और बिहेवियरल है. ठीक है, ये सब जब एक साथ मिलते हैं कंपोनेंट है पॉजिटिव, नेगेटिव और न्यूट्रल. कोई भी चीज़ के प्रति हम पॉजिटिव होते हैं या फिर नेगेटिव होते हैं या न्यूट्रल होते हैं. मतलब अगर किसी ने कहा कि मुझे हीरो पसंद है, हीरो, आप कोई भी हीरो का नाम ले लीजिए, तो जिसको नहीं पसंद वो बोल देंगे नहीं नहीं मुझे नहीं पसंद. और क्या कहते हैं, अगर आप मेजॉरिटी में देखिए कि मेजॉरिटी में लोग पसंद कर रहे हैं फिर भी कोई एक उसे ना पसंद करे तो लोग उसका भी फिर अलग तरीके से बोलते हैं कि अरे यार बहुत एटीट्यूड है, हर चीज़ जो हम बोल रहे हैं हाँ तो उसे ना कहना, ऐसी चीज़ें आती रहती हैं. तो वो उसका क्या कहते हैं, उसका परसेप्शन है, उसका मेंटल सेट है, माइंड सेट, थॉट है. ठीक है, उस अकॉर्डिंग वो अपना जजमेंट देता है, देती है, जो भी हो. ठीक है, अगर उसे पसंद तो हाँ बोलेगा, ना पसंद है तो ना बोलेगा, या फिर ओके. ओके मतलब ना हाँ है ना ना है. ठीक है. आर एटीट्यूड लर्नड. एक्सप्लेन हाउ. By and large, attitudes are learned. They are formed on the basis of learning. Formation of attitudes. The term attitude formation refers to the movement we make from having no attitude toward an object to having a positive or negative attitude. There are some factors which contribute to the formation of attitudes. 1. Learning. The attitudes are acquired through learning. Many of our views are acquired in situations in which we interact with others or merely observe the behavior. Classical conditioning. Learning by association. A basic form of learning is in which one stimulus, initially neutral, acquires the capacity to evoke reactions through repeated pairing with another stimulus. Players often develop a strong liking for the bat by the which they made good runs. Many students start liking a subject if they like the teacher. Instrumental conditioning, learning attitudes by reward and punishment. A basic form of learning in which responses that lead to positive outcomes or that permit avoidance of negative outcomes are strengthened. It applies to the situation when people learn attitudes which are systematically rewarded by the significant others, such as parents, teacher, or friends. Observational learning. a basic form of learning in which individuals acquire new forms of behavior or thought. Observing others, children are keen observers and learn a whole lot of things from their parents and other family members. They learn many attitudes about the other ethnic groups, neighbors, and idealized simply by the observing the behavior of adults. Learning through exposure to information. Many attitudes are learned in a social context without physical presence of others. Print media, electronic media, biographies of self-actualized people facilitate attitude formation. Learning through learning attitudes through group are cultural norms. Norms are unwritten rules of behavior. Sorry. Gradually, these norms may become part of our social cognition in the form of attitudes. Example: offering money, sweets, fruits, and flower in a place of worship is a nominative behavior in various religions. People imitate such behaviors shown by others as socially approved and develop positive attitudes towards. देखिए इसमें क्या बताया गया है ये क्वेश्चन में कि हम जो एटीट्यूड है उसको हम सीख सकते हैं और कैसे सीख सकते हैं, ग्रुप से, कल्चर से, नॉर्म से, और क्या कहते हैं जब हम कोई विचार रखते हैं और उस विचार के प्रति सहमत होते हैं, ठीक है, ऑब्ज़र्व करके सीख सकते हैं। और कोई चीज़ के बारे में जो जो वर्क हम कर रहे हैं उसके जो रिज़ल्ट होगा वो उसको पॉजिटिव तरीके से भी सीखते हैं, निगेटिव तरीके से भी सीख सकते हैं। क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग में क्या कहते हैं, पर्टिकुलर स्टिमुलस से रिलेशन बिठाते हैं कि हाँ ये चीज़ें हैं तो सही है, ये चीज़ें हैं तो नहीं है, तो ये चीज़ें हैं, ठीक है। तो इसमें ये बताया गया है कि हम एटीट्यूड को सीखते हैं। What are the factors that influence the formation of an attitude? The following factors provide the context for the learning of attitude through various processes. Family and school environment. Parents and other family members play a significant role in attitude formation. Learning of attitudes within the family and school usually takes place by association, through rewards and punishment, and through modeling. Reference group. Attitude toward political, religious, and social group, occupations, national and other issues are often developed through reference group. Referring groups indicate to an individual the norms regarding acceptable behavior and ways of thinking. Various institutions, religion, culture, and communities are form of reference group. Personal experience. Many attitudes are formed not in the family environment or through reference groups but through direct personal experiences, which bring about a drastic change in our attitude towards people and our life. Media related influence. Technological advances have made audiovisual media related influence. Technological advances have made audiovisual media and internet as very powerful source for attitude formation. School textbook also influence attitude formation. The media can be used to create consumerist attitude. The media can exert both good and bad influence on attitudes. इस क्वेश्चन में क्या था कि क्या कहते हैं कौन कौन से फैक्टर हैं जो क्या कहते हैं एटीट्यूड, जब एटीट्यूड का निर्माण होता है उसको प्रभावित करते हैं। तो क्या है, फैमिली, स्कूल एंड एनवायरनमेंट। बच्चा घर में सीखता है, स्कूल में जाता है, दोनों का मिला जुला जो कॉम्बिनेशन होता है उससे भी सीखता है। रेफरेंस ग्रुप, आप पर्टिकुलर किसी रिलीजन से, ग्रुप से, ऑक्यूपेशन से बिलोंग करते हैं, वो सारी चीज़ें भी इसमें आती हैं एटीट्यूड फॉर्मेशन में। पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस, बच्चे को खुद की जो क्या कहते हैं बच्चा जो भी हम क्या कहते हैं, उसकी खुद की एक्सपीरियंस भी होते हैं जो उसको स्कूल से मिले, घर से मिले, पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप से मिले, इन्वायरमेंट से मिले, वो सारी चीज़ें भी इसमें आती हैं। मीडिया रिलेटेड इन्फ्लुएंस, और इसमें जो मीडिया में आजकल जो भी चीज़ें चल रही हैं उससे भी इन्फ्लुएंस होता है एटीट्यूड का निर्माण। वो फिर निर्माण क्या किस बेस पे होगा, पॉजिटिव, नेगेटिव और न्यूट्रल। Is behavior always a reflection of one's attitude? Explain with a relevant example. An individual attitude may not always be exhibited through behavior. Likewise, one's actual behavior may be contrary to one's attitude towards a particular topic. Psychoanalysts have found that there would be consistency between attitude and behavior. The attitude is strong and occupies a central place in the attitude system. The person is aware of his/her attitudes. Person's behavior is not being watched or evaluated by others. Person thinks that the behavior would have a positive consequences. Richard La Pari, an American social psychologist, conducted the following study. He asked a Chinese couple to travel across the United States and stay in different hotels. Only once during these occasions they were refused service by the one of the hotels. La Paris sent out questionnaire to manager of hotels and tourist homes in the same areas where the Chinese couple had traveled, asking them if they would give accommodation to Chinese guests. A very large percentage said that they would not do so. This response showed a negative attitude towards the Chinese, which was consistent with a positive behavior that was actually shown towards the traveling Chinese couple. Attitudes may not always predict actual pattern of one's behavior. Thank you.